Alright, I'm back with another how-to video. This one is how to install the SwedeTech CR125 case saver. Here's the case saver, and you'll notice we have a notch right here. The notch is actually going to go right against that hump there. So I have it backwards right now, but when you install it, it's going to be like that. So I want you to see the cutout and then the hump. So it's there intentionally for the clearance. So that needs to be on the bottom. We also include the right hardware length for both the top bolt and the bottom bolt. Tools needed for this quick little job is going to be an 8mm wrench, either a socket or a box end wrench. So the first step is to remove the existing case bolt. And in many cases you probably will not have this bolt down here because that's just a blind hole. It does not secure the cases. And this job is usually performed a little easier if the engine's off the cart, because in many instances the long bolts, you will not be able to get them out of the case without hitting the seat strut or the seat itself, unless you take the engine off, tilt it. But many times this is a lot easier just to pull the engine off and do it on the bench like we're doing here. Plus it gives you a great time to inspect the chassis, inspect the seat, inspect your seat struts, clean the engine. That would be nice if you send it to your engine builder. Take a can of brake clean to it. Okay, so now we just have the case saver almost in place. I do have tools for this as well, which is a little easier. So what you want to do is you want to lightly snug everything up so you can readjust the case saver. You want to make sure you push the case saver towards the case. You actually want it to be touching this area here. Let's see, I'll turn the engine a little. See how we actually have it preloaded that direction. So there you go, it's touching there. Loosen that one up. Okay, so that's touching the case there. And then you want to snug these to 7 or 8 foot-pounds. You don't want to get too carried away. It's a small thread in aluminum. So again, 7 to 8 foot-pounds. If you get too carried away, it's not uncommon for the threads inside the cases to get stripped. In that case, to repair it properly, you need to split the cases. Now once you have the case saver installed, you'll want to take the largest sprocket that you're going to be running, stick it on the engine, and then the chain that you're using. All of our case savers, we designed them around an 18 and a 19.2 sprocket for the clearance, but we also use the Regina chain. Some chains are going to be a little bit wider, heavier duty chains might be a little bit thicker, so you want to make sure you have proper clearance. Don't assume if the chain just lightly touches when it's on the bench or on the chassis that it's just going to grind away. If that's the case, you may have to remove a little bit of material off the case saver itself. But don't let the chain do it for you. It's just going to wear the chain out faster than it needs to be worn. So there you have it, the CR125 case saver. And this would be a good time to inspect your sprockets. Make sure the teeth aren't rounded off. Inspect your chain, make sure it's not real sloppy and loose and a lot of side-to-side play. And check your rear sprocket for wear.